Hey, what's up, Lightbolt Joe here. Today we are going to discuss the brand new 2022 Netflix original show, The Girl in the Mirror. So the original title was just called Alma, which is the main character's name. And then for some reason, I don't know why, it was changed to The Girl in the Mirror. So I know it's still referenced because this is a Spanish, as in Spain Spanish, Netflix original show. I think it's still called Alma over there, but here in the States, it's called The Girl in the Mirror. So this is 9 episodes long. This is a dramatic thriller supernatural film. That's the best way to explain it. Very interesting on the take of ghosts, where it's a light refraction. There's a bus accident with these high school kids, and there's like 5, 6 survivors, something like that. But in the process of the survivors becoming quote-unquote survivors, it's a matter of whose soul stayed in whose body, and whose soul hijacked another body. And there's these shadow monsters that are trying to claim bodies to keep up with the sacrifice of this heir apparent, which is continuous on a mythological front from this deity Tyrion, who needs a sacrifice from this one particular family. Things, right? Things. There are so many intricate things, and you're like, wait, body swapping? We didn't get to that to like the 7th episode. There's only 9, and you're like, whoa, twist of twists in the 7th of the 9th episode. But then there's still the matter of, are the shadow monsters still gonna, claim this heir? What's gonna happen next? And we live on a cliffhanger of what happens next, because the 3 that was assumed to be a 3 was actually a 6th, in regards to not the 3rd full moon, but the 6th full moon. And here we are now on the 6th full moon, and poor Martin is going to be sacrificed yet again. So it's very, very in-depth, very mythological timeline. But then there's also the drama of who slept with whom when, and who's in whose body now. And bro, I did not expect this from this show. When it first came about, I didn't know what it was about. So when I first watched the first half of the first episode, and the bus crashes because of these shadow things and these lights and all these things, I'm like, oh, so this is an alien show. But it's not an alien show. This is a supernatural, mythological based of that particular thousands and thousands of years of Spain, translating, to the medieval times, to Renaissance era, to modern times, all the different stuff that happened in that mountain range, in that coastal town area. What happens next? So it was very, very in-depth. You had to pay attention to it. And I don't speak Spanish, and there's a difference between Spain Spanish and like Central American, South American Spanish. Very different. I mean, not very different. It's similar, but there's a difference. And like, you can hear the difference. I'm used to the American Spanish, if that makes any sense, versus the Spain Spanish, which is different. Certain words are still the same, but then there's certain ways of presenting certain sentences, or certain enunciations, or certain pronunciations, or certain exclamations. There's a lot of difference between language, and it's very interesting hearing the difference, not necessarily understanding all the words, but hearing the tonal difference. Very interesting that I could actually pick that up. So I appreciate it from a cultural standpoint, because I'm not familiar with that particular dialect. I'm not particularly familiar with that particular region. So it was neat getting a different culture experience within the 9 episodes. But again, I have to pay attention, so I can't, and my attention span is very slow, very short. So I normally play Pokemon on on Switch, while I'm watching something, right? Or I'm doing a craft, or I'm building a Lego, something. And so couldn't do anything while I was watching this. It was a big difference between having to focus and having to view it. So it was a different viewing experience, dare I say. But still, overall, I was very impressed with the material, that it was an original concept, that it gave so much backstory and so many reveals in the last 2 episodes, as opposed to like a show would give a reveal in the last episode. But no, this gave 2 episodes worth of reveals. Very smart, very cool. So it's a matter of, do the shadow monsters stay? Will the shadow monsters go? What happens next? On to the next review. Mucho mahalo.